Good day, everyone. I am Mary Cyrene A. Laria, and I'm going to discuss to you about Chapter 12 Global Marketing of Services. International services marketing is a major component of world business. This chapter will highlight marketing dimensions that are specific to services, with particular attention given to their international aspects. We will first discuss the differences between the marketing of services and of goods. We rarely contemplate or analyze the precise role of services in our lives. Companies are recognizing that the race for global success demands services innovations. Services often accompany goods, but they are also by themselves an increasingly important part of our economy, domestically and internationally. Goods and services are an essential part of an economy, and these two terms are used in the most of the important economic discussions. There are many products that the consumer purchases in order to fulfill their certain requirements. These products can be either in the form of goods or services. Goods are tangible, as in these have a physical presence and they can be touched, while services are intangible in nature. The purpose of both goods and services is to provide utility and satisfaction to the consumer. Services are the fastest growing sector of world trade, far outpacing the growth in the trade of goods. These major differences add dimensions to services that are not present in goods and thus call for a major differentiation. I would also like to discuss the linkage between services and goods and the standalone services. Services may complement goods at other times, goods may complement services. Offering goods that are in need of substantial technological support and maintenance may be useless if no proper assurance for service can be provided. For this reason, the initial contract of sale often includes important service dimensions. This practice is common in aircraft sales. When an aircraft is purchased, the buyer often contracts not only for the physical good, namely the plane, but also for training of personnel, maintenance service, and the promise of continuous technological updates. Similarly, the sale of computer hardware is critically linked to the availability of proper servicing and the software. So, this linkage between goods and services can make international marketing efforts quite difficult. The simple knowledge that services and goods interact, however, is not enough, because successful managers must recognize that different customer groups will frequently view the service or goods combination differently. The type of use and usage conditions will also affect evaluations of the marketing offering. Standalone services. So these services don't always come in unison with goods. Increasingly, they compete against goods and become an alternative offering. For example, rather than buy an in-house computer, the business executive can contract computing work to a local or foreign service firm. So similarly, the purchase of a car can be converted into the purchase of a service by leasing the car from an agency. Services differ from goods most strongly in their intangibility. They are frequently consumed rather than possessed. Even though the intangibility of services is a primary differentiating criterion, it is not always present. All these aspects of services exist in both international and domestic settings. Their impact, however, takes on greater importance for the international marketer because services are delivered directly to the user. They are frequently much more sensitive to cultural factors than our products. Sometimes their influence on the individual may even be considered with hostility abroad. Let us proceed to the role of services in the US economy. Since the Industrial Revolution, the United States has seen itself as a primary international competitor in the area of production of goods. There has been a shift in this thinking, however, as the US economy has increasingly become service oriented over time. So the United States is now then the world's largest services market and the world's largest exporter and importer of services. The service sector in 2008 produced 80% of the US GDP, employing 80% of the American workforce. The shift from goods producing to service providing employment is expected to account for almost 16 million new service related jobs between 2006 and 2016, while the goods producing industries are expected to experience an overall job loss. Infrastructure services are a significant component of the overall services trade and are comprised of telecommunications, insurance, banking, and logistics. Now, we will proceed to the role of services in the world